So I know a lot of you are on vacation today, so I want to keep this brief, but I'll get out the replay. I think you'll find a lot of value. So let's jump right in here. So today, really quick, we're going to talk about, as promised, marketing to expired listings, and also actually, taking expired listings and getting them, closing them, and getting them all the way to a completed transaction. Also, we're going to talk about relocation best practices. Let's jump in. All right. So here's what we got. A simple email template. You would think it would be super advanced, but here's the biggest thing you want to remember when you're looking at expireds is that you're going to have to talk to a lot of people in a lot of cases. Some of them may be ready to relist, some of them may not be. Could be a lot of different dynamics going on. But our expired email template is pretty simple. So remember, the subject line is very similar to like a thumbnail on a YouTube video. We've all watched a bad YouTube video that had a great thumbnail. Sometimes a great thumbnail is a great video, but if it doesn't have a great thumbnail, it doesn't get many views at all. So our subject line is your property still available? There's variations on a theme, but something like that can actually work completely fine. Now, inside the email, what should we say? Less is more. Now, remember, we'll be sending this with MailChimp. If you just sent this outside of MailChimp, we really want to see who opens it, how many times. We're going to get some replies, some calls and texts, which all the agents I'm working with right now are getting. So inside the email, pretty simple. When you use MailChimp or a similar platform, I would do hi and then their first name, makes it personal and supposed to increase deliverability. And then all we got is your property still available? I can get it sold for you. Shoot me a call, text, or email. Less is more. We have 10, 12 different variations on a theme. You may or may not like that one. If you have a potential buyer, you can drop that in there. You want your name pretty big and your contact number pretty big. You know why? You also want your contact number to have the dots, not the dashes or the parentheses. Almost every phone format, somebody can just click right on that. And Jessica Penne, one of my clients, actually just had somebody, she sent an email, they clicked on that, called her, boom. So she had an inbound person that came in. So that's pretty much it. So get with me and we can set these campaigns up for you. If there's 1,000 expired listings, that's a big undertaking for calls. But if you email them, what you're going to find out is you're going to get 30, 40% of the people to open them. So out of 1,000, 300 to 400. Some of them are going to open, some of them are going to call you, which is great. Some of them are going to text you, which is great. Some of them are going to reply to the email and tell you something, which is great. Some of them are going to open it 27 times. That's another real estate agent trying to figure out what you're doing. But people that open it 4 to 8 to 16 times, those are going to be the people that you want to reach out to first. It is just like the movie Pursuit of Happiness. You start at the top of the list. You start at the bottom of the list, you're going to have less success. That's the basic idea. Okay. Just really quick too, because we are, everyone in this training here is in Texas. Let's hit this really quick. Relocation. This is something that's coming up. I think that it is, right? So if anybody is talking about relocating to Texas, just found this Facebook group. There's one called Leaving California. And I know some people are like, Daniel, don't California my Texas. It's just, it's just something that is happening, right? Some things in life, we just have to, we just have to roll with. So, but with that being said, this has 100,000 members. And I mean, it has stories. And listen, if you want to get really good at relocation, I would say commit to mastering it. If you just go to this group and you peek around, you're like, oh, this doesn't work, I'm going to complain and have excuses, blah, blah, blah. Of course, it's not going to work. Okay. But if you go on there, join the group, interact, add value, things like that. There's several groups. In fact, you could make your own. Leaving Texas for Houston, leaving Texas for Dallas, I'm sorry. Let me try that again. Leaving California for Houston, leaving California for Dallas, or leaving California, why you should move to Sugar Land, leaving California, why you should move to Houston, and then talk about your amazing city that I've been to, which I love everything except for those one or two strange people with those crazy Mad Max rims. Other than that, Houston's fantastic. Okay. Love it. So yes, we can start these groups, which is great. The next thing we have, keep an eye on the businesses that are moving. There are a ton of businesses relocating from California to Texas and just to different states. Keep an eye on it. Reach out to that relocation division. I know your organization just started a new relocation division. So yeah, like jump on that. Relocation is going to be huge. Have you seen some of these new laws that are getting passed? I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but I'm telling you they are causing heated debate. Also, California is talking about even if you leave California, they want you to pay state tax in perpetuity. And the joke we have is you should have a promo, you should have an advertising piece that says free Texas mansions, free Florida mansions. You think I'm kidding? When Tony Robbins left Southern California, he actually got about a $30-40 million mansion for free based on the state tax savings over like 3, 5, 7 years or something. Not kidding. You really should be talking about these things. We have a whole list of things. You could say, hey, do you love freedom? You love this? You love this? You love this? Come to our state, just make sure to bring the good stuff with you. However you want to frame that. All right, try to keep it relatively PG here. So let's be real. A lot of real estate agents in the world have no idea what they're doing. Okay. They don't know blank about blank. Okay. And you need to be an agent. Look, so what is it? Only 8% of agents sold 4 more homes this year. Like, you need to get on it. Okay. A lot of agents are going to be exiting. You need to grab up their market share. This is a great way to do it. Hitting the expireds with email marketing, which is dang near free, and putting in the work, and then relocation in your area, I think is going to be huge. So relocating to Texas, best practices, or just relocation in general, best practices. Social media groups, which are consumer homeowner facing, right? So make sure that you're joining them, interacting, add value, join the conversation, start your own. If you start your own, you have admin rights. You can see who's doing what, and you can kick out weird people, they're bad people, and you have a high, right? Everyone looks to you as the leader. So yeah, like start one. Okay. Business news, business relocations, stay abreast. Like XYZ Corporation announces they'll be leaving, they're leaving California, they're going to be moving to Dallas or Houston or Texas or something. Great. Get ahead of it. Hey, you're like, well, Daniel, how could I find the HR person? Wonder if LinkedIn might work. Wonder if you could find them on LinkedIn. I bet you can. Reach out. Be happy to help. Okay. So consumer facing, business facing, connect with other agents in the other markets. I just met a great gal at the Montana event that I was speaking at. And she travels around the country, especially California, Illinois, New York, and she's meeting agents so she can interact with them and add value. Isn't that a huge value to your client to be able to and we have clients in California and Texas, or talk to your team leader or your broker, your manager, OP, they'll get you connected up. That's huge right now. Regardless, there's always going to be people moving. Also, provide value, information, and news to your prospective homeowners. Hey, the top 3 reasons you should move to Sugarland. Sugarland is the best part of Texas to move to, or the number 1 reason everyone's moving to Houston, or the number 1 reason everyone's moving to Dallas or Austin, or in our case, Miami, Florida, Tampa. Hey, moving to Florida, should I go Miami? Should I go Tampa? Should I go Orlando? Should I go Jacksonville? Right? That the answer there is pretty obvious, but we'll let you come up with that on your own. Should I move to Dallas? Should I move to Houston? Should I move to Austin? Here, drop that in the comments. That'll be some spirited debate. Okay. But seriously, relocation is huge right now. Let's and look, if you are going to be a complainer, whiner, and talk about how everything doesn't work and your life is horrible and you're part of the 92% of agents not making any money, awesome. Cool story, bro or gal. But if you want to get serious, if you want to get exponential, if you want to do this, then like doctors go to school for 8 to 10 years. Lawyers go to school for 7 to 10 years. I'm kind of making up numbers. They spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. Pilot, you don't go to school to be a pilot and say, okay, I'm ready to fly the 747. But agents want to hop in and learn something in half an hour and then be like, okay, awesome. Okay, well, that didn't work. It's like, you didn't even do anything. You got to get in there, you got to commit to it, and you got to commit to greatness. Look, you can either deal with the pain of discipline or the pain of regret, to quote the great philosopher Tony Robbins. Okay, so let's just recap here really quick. Make sure my sharing is going on here. Okay, so just recapping here really quick. Let's see if we got anything else. Oh, lastly, here, listen, Napoleon Hill, the mastermind idea. Okay, look. Here's what Napoleon Hill has to say about masterminds. The mastermind principle: 2 or more people actively engaged in the pursuit of a definite purpose with a positive mental attitude constitute an unbeatable force. Okay? So listen, bring your thoughts. Don't just sit there and watch like you're in a zombie trance. That puts you in the 92%. If you want to be in the 8%, the 4%, the 2%, the 1%, the 0.1%, then you need to get interactive, okay? The greatest I know, they're interactive, they're help, right? When you teach, you learn. You cannot believe how much I learned just by teaching all over the country. Iron sharpens iron. It was in a good book that I've read several times. You might want to go check it out. All right. With that being said, let's recap here. Okay. So best practices for expired and market. If you want to pick up expireds, if you want to get expired listings, you got to do some basic marketing, and you gotta close the deal, complete the transaction. Right. Make sure you have integrity. If you don't have a buyer, don't tell them that you do. If you do have a potential buyer, just set clear expectations. Okay. You want to get in front of the whole goal is to get in front of them. Until you get in front of them, whether it's in front of them in person, or if you're really, really, really good in front of them on Zoom, you're not going to get anything done until you get in front of them. Daniel, what's the script? Find somebody you know in common, or find something in common. Talk about how you can help them solve their problem. Say, hey, when can I get in front of you? That's it. Okay. With that being said, we're landing the airplane here. Let's just recap. And at the end, I'm going to put a few videos where I've actually had great calls recently. Okay. Because calls can go great. I was able to get an $8 million expired on the phone in about 60 seconds. So it was like gone in 60 seconds, the real estate edition. So again, is your property still available, or some kind of headline? Super simple, clickbait. Okay. Is your property still available? I can get it sold. Or if you do, I have a buyer, shoot me a call, text, or email. Boom. Here's my information. Boom. Straight to the point. Mastermind with the other greats in your office, and that things like that. Then let's do a best practices for relocation. Okay. So we'll just hit this one backwards potentially. Okay. If you're relocating to Texas, here's what we got. Look at businesses, obviously. Look at Facebook groups, social media groups, the consumer facing, business facing. Okay. And talk to agents in other markets. And so let's just recap that one here, and we'll land the airplane. Social media groups, consumer facing. Join them, engage, start your own. Business facing, business news, business relocation. Get on LinkedIn. Daniel, how's it different from Facebook? Well, lawyers don't have a Facebook page. They do have a LinkedIn, and you can find out where they work. And I just called an $8 million homeowner the other day. The only way that I found his phone number in 60 seconds, LinkedIn. Boom. Okay. That's the difference. Mic drop. Okay. What's the difference between Facebook and LinkedIn? My goodness, you should be embarrassed asking those type of questions. Now, connecting with agents in other markets, obviously, that's super easy to do. It's adding value, you're networking, the whole nine. It's good all the way around. Plus, when you go on vacay, you have somebody to hang out with, okay? It's going to be fantastic. Lastly, provide value, provide information, news to your prospective homeowners looking to relocate to Texas or to your state, okay? Do the things. Listen, 1% improvement per day can literally get you exponential results, okay? Get out there. Do the things. Don't listen. Let's land the airplane with this. Listen, get out there, do the things. You want to be in the 8% of agents that are actually doing 4 or more deals so far this year, or the 4% or the 2% or the 1% or the 0.1%. Only 8% of agents have closed 4 or more deals this year. That's bonkers. Okay. Listen, agents are going to be fleeing. You need to grab their market share. You need to make a decision. Which direction are you going to go? Okay. Remember, 1% improvement per day can literally get you exponential results. Daniel Fleshman, Exponential Real Estate Results, Exponential Business Coaching. Get out there, crush it, do the things. Join the 8, 4, 2, 1% or 0.1%. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.